Hello and welcome to this new video, and I have a little assistant today. Hey! Just because today you're not going to see my face, so you're going to see a cutie face. Yay! Yay! I'm terrible at this thing. Yep, terrible, but better than nothing. The thing is, you can see that today I'm going to show only here the keyboard. Because today I'm just going to continue talking about the materials that I use in the digital part, and instead of me just flailing my hand, I'm here with a puppet. Not doing very good lip sync, I know. Anyway, uh, digital materials. Instead of just listing the materials that I use, which are pretty few, I'm going to show one by one and make a quick demonstration. I'm not going to put too much details or anything, and you're going to follow my hand, on the keyboard, so you can see the, how I usually sketch things, the materials. It's not going to be in too much detail right now because it's just a general preview. So don't worry if you can't follow up in the beginning. But to be honest, there's nothing to be too confused about it. There's nothing surprising. I'm going to tell a few of the shortcuts and materials that I usually use, the tools, and will be pretty much it. Yeah, that's it. So, bye bye, assistant. Bye. Here. So I'll start with my tablet. The tablet that I use is a Wacom 4. And, well, to be honest, I just tested two different brands of tablets. My first one was a Genius Wizard Pen. Back at the times, I not even know when I got it. Maybe it was back in 2005, maybe. It was okay, but it broke, so it didn't last for too long. Maybe it lasted maybe a bit less than a year or a year, not sure. And then I move on to one from Wacom, which I believe it's one of the best in the field. So if you are looking for a tablet and you don't want to go for a crappy one, you can go for a bamboo, which is called the regular Wacom, which is already awesome on its own. It has a few shortcut buttons. The pressure lever it's pretty okay. And I only got an Intuos because at the time someone sold me secondhand, and was like, hey, why not? So I got it pretty cheap, and it is also a great tablet. But if your concern it's because of the price, you can go for a bamboo, which is also good. Back at the time before I bought my Intuos, I had a Graphire for many years, and it was with me for a long time. And if it wasn't from this opportunity to get an Intuos, I'm pretty sure I would continue use the Graphire. At the time, Graphire was the name of the bamboo series. Before it was the previous name. So yeah, and it was great. Many people, I know many great artists that continue using their old tablet, and only later they move on to an Intuos because they needed some extra features that the new Photoshops were adding, and you wanted to make good use of it. So yeah, welcome. Yay, go for it. Now programs. As you can see, I already have my Photoshop open. Here. The one that I use is the CS6. I like it pretty much. I didn't try the new one yet, but I'm fine with it so far, and that's what I'm going to use. About brushes, which is a question that most people ask, which brush do you usually use? Well, these are the default ones. They had more, but I just erased them because sometimes they are so useless that I don't want to keep them in my in my collection here. From the default brushes of Photoshop, the one that I use the most is this one from the new set of 3D brushes. Most of them I don't use. I don't like them. But there is this one, the pencil one here that I'm zooming right now. It's the one that I really like because it functions a lot like a pencil. And the thing is, if I tilt the pen, oh wait, the opacity is kind of wrong here. You'll go very thick, just like a pencil. And if you use the tip of it, put it in the pen is super like vertical. You see that it will only take the tip and it's going to be very thin. So this is the closest to a real pencil that you can get, and which I really like. And that's what I'm going to use to sketch a little bit. So let's see. Keyboard shortcuts. I always have my finger in the in the size brush. I use the brackets to make it bigger and smaller. And Control Z. Probably in your keyboard these shortcuts are going to be different, so you have to look for them, or you can either configure. In Windows you go here, Edit Keyboard Shortcuts, and you can don't change too much of the default shortcuts. Change the ones that you're really going to make a difference in your workflow. Otherwise, don't mess too much with it. Otherwise, whenever you use another computer, or for example, you have to work on a company, a studio, you have to reconfigure everything again. So, and it might work against you because you're used to your own configuration, and in another computer, you won't, maybe you won't use your time to configure everything back again. But it's up to you. So here, let's see what I can do. I'm going to sketch anything here. I'm sorry the computer is kind of lagging, but I'll try. Let's see. Wait. Oops. And one thing that you're seeing that I'm drawing in the gray canvas, I just changed the color because for me it's better than working in the white canvas. So you just have to change the color, and for some people it work if it has a more neutral, pleasing color. The white is like, I don't know, too bright and kind of removes the concentration. So I'm just doing a regular face here. Da-na-na-na. Nah, wait, I don't like that. Instead of erasing, I usually just create a new layer and I keep using I just save the previous one and then I delete them. Let's see, something with more action here. Maybe a creature. Let's see. my sketches are pretty messy, so if you're not understanding, I know what you're going through. Most of the times I start the sketch with only the idea of the movement that I want, and then I start adjusting everything else. Sometimes it's only about the shapes, and then everything else just starts to fit. Kind of alligator-like kind of creature first. Can put a little paw here. So it's kind of a blocking in a way. I start adding a bit more shape into it, some shading. Just an initial idea. Then I lower the opacity, and then I create a new layer and start detailing what I want. Most of the times I don't even know what I'm doing. Wait, I like this kind of squarish nose on animals. I go for a bit cartoony kind of teeth. And a huge jaw. It's gonna add a little bit of form. Didn't like the shape of here that much, but I'm gonna change that later. And then I start using, some shortcuts to start reshaping, maybe the size is not exactly what I wanted. Maybe a longer neck. I try never to lose the side of the middle of the body. Okay, here is some neck, the chest, maybe a very muscular chest here. Oh my god, am I doing a dragon again? Hey, yeah. I can't stop drawing dragons. It's my doom. Maybe this can be the scales, who knows. Well, again, just sketching, having some fun. And I don't usually get worried about the lines and everything else. I mean, many people, they sketch already trying to figure out everything. I go in layers, piece by piece. First the rough sketch to see the overall, then adding the ideas and seeing if they're going to work. And if they don't work, I just start removing and then adding something else and working on the whole visual. And this is going to be a nice example for the next step. I'm just adding spikes, you know, creatures. The hand could be here, like he's swimming. Some claws here. Yay. Tiny paws. And then I'm going to research later for alligator claws and ways they swim. La 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 la. Chum. And then later I'm going to create a new layer and start, maybe from here start you know, using the ink tool and start detailing a little bit more. So for now, yeah, Photoshop, basic, not going, you know, in the next videos, then yes, finally, I'm not going to introduce anything else. I'm just going to go and do the whole business. So let's go to the next program that I'm using. ZBrush. I love ZBrush. So if you're an artist and you're not familiar to any 3D program, ZBrush is one of those that I really recommend, just because it's too fun to mess with the tools. Wait, X, where's the symmetry? Yeah, here. It's just too much fun, and you can get really nice results on ZBrush, either in like creating creatures. You don't have to have a huge knowledge on 3D unless you want to sculpt something and really want to model something, but that's not my case, at least not right now. And what I do, I just go and start piling, you know, stuff, and creating some shapes. I have the symmetry tool on, so it's going to add, and then I can start creating, for example, a face. The only thing that makes ZBrush a little bit difficult and kind of intimidating in the beginning is that the interface, you know, the whole shortcuts are completely different from what we artists are used to. For example, how to zoom, how to pan, you know, the screen, all of this kind of stuff. It's very difficult, and you have to get used to it. You know, you have to relearn everything, which is, after you remove all that, it's very easy, and you start having a lot of fun. What I can do here, I can recreate that creature that I was trying to sketch and try to figure out something, you know, better shapes. If I don't have, like, I was just sketching random stuff. I didn't know if it was going to be a nice creature. So I'm coming here and I am remaking it. If you have a friend, or you know, that knows ZBrush, or you can just look at tutorials on how to use ZBrush, you know, the basics. Even in the website of ZBrush, Pixologic, you can find all the initial guides on ZBrush, and you can have all this liberty, not worry too much. Wait, perspective off. So I push and pull. So let me, okay, so let me find here Photoshop. Hello, I'm going to pull this screen. Well, you're not going to see the screen, but I am, so I'm going to use this as a reference. Okay, the maxillary is pretty much what I was expecting. Now let me put the teeth. Well, I don't have to put it right now, but just as reference. And if ZBrush is too heavy for your computer, there are other programs that can do pretty much not the same, but don't have as many options. But if it's just to model and have fun, there are like many more tools. One, for example, is Sculptrix. It's free also, and you can also do as much detailed stuff as ZBrush. If a 3D person look at what I'm doing, they will go like, what the hell are you doing? Messing up with all the rigging. But that's the thing, I am just having fun. I'm not concerned about how it's going to be on the 3D model, retopology kind of thing. So I'm just pushing and pulling a lot of things. The area for the eye, a little bit of eyebrows here, the snout, yep, that's pretty much it. A little bit of cheek, the cheekbone, yeah, it's getting more shape. If I just use here, if I press Alt, it's the opposite. Instead of adding, it will subtract. And there are way many tools for you to just try and figure out. Nice shape from bottom to top. And let's see. No. Well, I guess I only have time to do the head. So let's see if I can figure out a nice head for him. He's moving a little bit. It's too early, but it's fine. Okay. I want to give him this kind of baggy neck, like an iguana. I like iguanas. And here, adding a little bit of the eye globe. And then I'm going to add more details later. But for now here. Okay, Control Z, I didn't like that. And let's see, there is one. Where is it? Layer. Wait. Have to add a little bit more polygons. It's not enough. Geometry, divide. And then I can do some eyebrow. No, eyebrow? No, eyelid. Sorry. Hello. Yay. I did put some horns. Not sure if I'm going to keep them, but he definitely needs something here. I can just try to pull something. Oh, hello. No, not like this. Maybe just like this. Maybe some layers here, like stairs. And a little bit here. Okay. So that's just the beginning of it, just so you can have an idea. And it's pretty fun. You should try. And I'm going to leave the links of all these other alternative programs, and you can download and test them. It takes time to get used to 3D tools, but once you get used to them, like it's a whole new universe that you can explore, and it's super fun. Uh, I hope you enjoyed the video. These are pretty much the tools that I use. And if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I'm trying different kinds of videos. Whoops, I just hit something. I'm testing this thing, with the keyboard, the shortcuts, and if you enjoy this format, let me know. If you didn't like it, also let me know. I'm trying different stuff, and eventually I will stick with one or two and move on with it. So don't forget to check the links in the description. Look at my Patreon page too. Try to understand why I'm doing all this, and any support appreciated. And let's see how we can go in the next steps. Bye bye.